Audiobook Awakening the Aquarian Spirit, Crafting a Future, written and voiced by Reinhard. This book was written following my conversations with a shaman living in Siberia. I try to capture our dialogue as best as I understood it. It's often hard to grasp what shamans mean. They live modestly and are quite removed from modern society. But when they speak, even the birds fall silent, and the rain seems to stop, as if to eavesdrop on the conversation. I spent 10 days with the shaman, and in the evenings we would sit by the stove, where it was very warm, and I often found myself wanting to sleep. Perhaps it was also the tincture that the shaman kept adding to my tea. Before this book, I knew nothing about the Age of Aquarius or the Age of Pisces. And now, I have a choice about how to live each day, and I want to share that with you. The time for change has come. We stand on the brink of a new era, where the possibilities for transforming our world are endless. Our lives, more than ever, are intertwined with technology and innovation, opening horizons that our ancestors could only dream of. However, with this progress comes responsibility. How will we choose to harness these advancements? How can we ensure harmony between humanity and technological progress? This book is an invitation to reflection and action. We will explore how to redirect the flow of energy from the new age, the Age of Aquarius, where love, humanity, and ecology take center stage. Unlike outdated concepts based on fear and destruction, we can create a world in which our interaction with nature, the development of technology, and care for our inner selves go hand in hand, that we will examine how to preserve our humanity amid rapid technological progress, how to prevent the degradation of civilization, and how to revive our capacity for creation, love, and harmony. Together, we will uncover new horizons of possibilities where each of us becomes the architect of our future, relying on clean and safe energy sources rather than outdated methods that threaten our planet. Are you ready to embark on this journey? It is time to stop living in the past and open ourselves to new states of consciousness, where ecology, humanity, and love occupy a central place. Let's create a future in which each of us can live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Today, we live in a world increasingly filled with conversations about the future. Futurists and scientists regularly forecast technological breakthroughs, offering different scenarios for what lies ahead in the coming decades. But as we think about the future, it's crucial not just to listen to the experts, but to reflect on what our personal journey will look like. I want to share my vision of how humanity will evolve. We are already seeing the beginnings of technologies that allow us to conceive children in test tubes, print organs using 3D printers, and integrate computers into our health systems. The future is not just about technological progress. It's about our complete integration with these innovations. This seamless transition has already begun, and our challenge is to understand where it will lead and how we can guide IT at some point. Humanity could find itself evolving into a genderless species, and from there, we might become biorobots, mere hybrids of biology and technology. Eventually, our civilization could face annihilation, overrun by other advanced species that observe our misguided trajectory and deem us unworthy of survival. I once glimpsed a probable reality, a version of the future that was subtly shaped by those who, for now, still hold some influence and control over our world. It is from that perspective that I feel compelled to discuss this with you. Because while it may seem that we are being nudged or even coerced down a particular path, it's important to remember that we always have a choice. The future, though it can be manipulated or imposed, ultimately depends on decisions we make as individuals. As we move forward, it's essential to establish a clear plan and understand the unfolding events around us. We stand on the brink of a new era, one that has been quietly entering our lives for decades, the Age of Aquarius. This transformative period is marked by a shift in consciousness, inviting us to rethink our values, relationships, and the very essence of what it means to be human. The Age of Aquarius encourages collaboration, innovation, and a deeper connection to ourselves and each other. As we navigate this transition, we must ask ourselves, how do we want to shape our reality? The choices we make today will define the world of tomorrow. This new era is gradually replacing the Age of Pisces, which has lasted over 2 millennia. The transition has been subtle, yet a significant turning point occurred on December 21st, when Jupiter and Saturn aligned and entered Aquarius. This celestial event opened the door to new possibilities, granting us the freedom to explore ideas and concepts that were previously beyond our reach. It's as if the universe has given us permission to discuss and embrace these transformative changes. As we delve deeper into the Age of Aquarius, we are encouraged to embrace innovation, creativity, and a collective vision for a brighter future. Our lives have long been structured around a principle that emphasizes a linear relationship with time, where we compartmentalize our experiences into the past, present, and future. Many still cling to this mindset, believing that love represents our highest potential, a beacon for the future. In this framework, the past is viewed as a low frequency realm filled with emotional baggage, while the present is a space for calmness, and the future is seen as a higher frequency, filled with hope and possibility. We interact with these time frames through different states of being. We engage with the past through our emotions, navigate the present with a sense of peace, and connect with the future through our feelings and aspirations. However, as we transition into the Age of Aquarius, it becomes crucial to let go of this outdated principle and embrace a more holistic view of time, where all moments coexist and influence one another. There's another essential ingredient that we must consider as we navigate this journey, and it's intricately linked to our past, our thoughts and our minds. Listen closely. Our thoughts are primarily rooted in our past experiences. They shape the forms of our reality, tethering us to what has already happened. While we engage with the past through memories and beliefs, the future is something we feel and intuitively sense. This distinction is crucial. Our thoughts can either empower us or hold us back, as they often reflect our past conditioning. As we move forward, we must learn to harness our thoughts, transforming them from anchors into tools that propel us toward the future we envisioned. In the present, we find ourselves in a calm, open state, allowing us to engage with our past through thoughts and the intellect. Our minds often attempt to manage our reality, but the degree to which we embrace our sensuality determines how we connect with the future. The more we cultivate our feelings and engage with the present, the more effectively we can navigate the complexities of time, space, and matter. By understanding the laws that govern our thoughts and experiences, we can reshape our reality. This conscious transformation enables us to move into the future with minimal losses and maximum opportunities, uncovering the positivity and potential that await us. Much of what we have experienced in life has been a struggle for survival, where our past deeply interfered with our present and future. Our futures often dictated our past, shaping how we perceived our experiences and realities. In this constant battle, we found ourselves caught between a rock and a hard place. If we hadn't fully addressed our past issues, they blocked our potential paths to the future. The future, in turn, showed no mercy to our past. It sought to obliterate what no longer served us, leaving no room for outdated beliefs and identities. When we became too identified with our past, it hindered our growth, leading to a cycle of destruction for our hopes, youth, and potential. This association often left us feeling trapped, and in our attempts to cope, we either fell into degradation or resorted to desperate measures for survival. We sacrificed aspects of ourselves, our inner peace, relationships, and even our values, sometimes offering up not just our time and energy, but also the well being of others, whether friends, family, or even animals, in our quest for acceptance and survival. Our lives have often been constructed on the principle of striving for love, envisioning a bright future. In the past, love was equated with the novelty of development and the excitement of moving forward into the unknown. However, our fears, conservatism, and rigid beliefs were rooted in our past, manifesting as unprocessed aspects of the future trying to break into our lives. The laws of our minds imposed limitations and complexes that stifled the flow of energy within us, trapping it in a time and space where we no longer belonged. This blockage hindered our ability to embrace the future fully. To access the future, we often had to dismantle these self imposed laws. When we identified too closely with them, we not only constrained our physical well being, but also our destiny and the potential events that could unfold. As a result, our lives often resembled a struggle, a continuous cycle of stress and survival. Observing couples and relationships, I realized that unfortunately, very few, if any, were truly happy. When happiness did exist, it was often an illusion, a facade people maintained to mask their pain or discomfort, ignoring the underlying struggles they faced. Today, I must acknowledge that many individuals live as if they are artificial intelligence. They operate on autopilot, their minds not functioning at full capacity, merely going through the motions based on habits. There is little awareness of their current state, no clarity about their direction, or understanding of who they are and who they wish to become. Having observed several futurists, I can state a sobering fact. There are attempts to guide us into a future where we may not even exist. Unfortunately, most people seem to be moving towards this predetermined future, trapped in cycles of work, family obligations, survival, and judgment. They consume empty or negative information, often stemming from a lack of love and meaningful connection to the future. This disconnection leads to a gradual degradation of their spirit and thought processes, causing them to think and react from a place of past experiences. When love is absent, we tend to draw energy from our past, replacing genuine excitement with a muted sense of existence. Instead of feeling vibrant, we settle for not bad instead of great. We exchange wow moments for mere indifference. Instead of expressing our true desires, we often articulate what we dislike, feeding into a cycle of negativity and criticism. This lack of energy leaves us powerless to change our circumstances. Today, we will explore some intriguing concepts and techniques. I will provide practices and insights that will differ significantly from what I have shared in the past. Together, we can work towards reclaiming our energy, embracing our true potential, and forging a path to a more fulfilling future. All of this will unfold only if you agree to change, to transform yourself, and to embrace the new. I want to remind you once again, our futures are shaped solely by us. We choose the probable realities in which we wish to live. It's within our power to select the paths that resonate with our deepest aspirations and desires that I will introduce a new trend, one that you may not have seen or heard from anyone else. This is a concept I am currently developing, and it holds the potential to guide us toward a more empowered existence. By engaging with these new ideas and practices, we can begin to shift our perspectives, allowing for a more fulfilling and vibrant future that I have discovered that we are entering a space that allows us to perceive the world in entirely new ways. We have the opportunity to create conditions for how we want to live, but this transformation hinges on our willingness to change our permission systems. The extent to which we can move beyond the past, detach from limiting thoughts, and break free from the laws imposed by outdated trends and misguided priorities will shape our reality, though we must challenge the very principles of how we interact with ourselves and the world around us. This includes reevaluating the love that has defined our existence for centuries. We can no longer afford to think, speak, and act solely in relation to the future. Instead, we need to ground ourselves in the present, embracing a state of calm and contentment that to initiate this process. I will start with the simplest of practices. When I consult with individuals, the first step I take is to clearly identify what I value and what my primary priorities are. Understanding these core elements lays the foundation for meaningful change and paves the way for a more intentional and fulfilling life that I have been practicing this for quite some time, and it has become ingrained in my subconscious. For many, this process might feel new or even unfamiliar. However, it can be as simple as expressing intentions. For the men listening to this audiobook right now, I invite you to join me in this powerful affirmation. Take a moment to state, I am a man. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am young. I am beautiful. I am sexual. I live long. I love deeply. And I receive this abundance in double measure. As you say these words, visualize these energies intertwining within you, creating a sense of wholeness. And for the women listening, you can affirm, I am a woman. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am young. I am beautiful. I am sexual. I live long. I love deeply. And I receive this abundance in double measure. By expressing these affirmations, you blend all these qualities into a unified whole, allowing you to embody the states I've just described. This practice nurtures our sense of completeness and empowers us to fully embrace who we are. When I consult with individuals or facilitate events, I always emphasize that everyone involved, men and women alike, has the opportunity to harmonize and amplify their happiness, health, wealth, youthfulness, longevity, sexuality, and beauty. This is all achieved within a context of love and J-O-Y.at this moment. I want to redefine our understanding of love. It is no longer just a catalyst for growth or an unknown journey into the future. Instead, love manifests as a present energy that fills our existence without relying on future outcomes. We embrace two essential energies that infuse our being, our spaces, and our time, creating a harmony that is fundamentally different from what has been imposed on us for thousands of years, that we are moving beyond the old paradigms of harmony that dictated our relationships with matter, time, and space. Instead, we are now embracing a new principle, a harmonious existence that acknowledges the interconnectedness of our realities without being bound by past limitations, that as we engage in this new understanding, we find ourselves stepping into a more authentic way of living, one that honors our true essence and potential, that in this newfound harmony, we discover our true selves. By correctly distributing the ingredients of our lives, we can experience happiness, derive pleasure, and remain anchored in the present moment where love resides. To arrive at this state of love, we must continuously harmonize our worldview, integrating our past experiences, both lived and unaddressed, with our understanding of matter, time, and space. Today, as we navigate this journey, we find that our material existence often outpaces our readiness to embrace it. When we have more time than we can adequately fill, or when our spaces remain vacant or filled with clutter, we inadvertently activate feelings of urgency and haste. This manifests as impatience, judgment, resentment, and a reluctance to accept the world as it is. Living under the weight of outdated laws and rigid thought patterns, we become disconnected from the vibrant frequencies of the present. These old paradigms no longer serve us in this new environment, and thus, we must release them to fully engage with the transformative energies that surround you. As we shift our perspectives and embrace the present, we can begin to reshape our realities and cultivate the lives we truly desire. Today, we are experiencing a transition into a new form of energy, known as love. This energy fills our matter, time, space, and laws, creating conditions that allow us to peacefully embrace what we have. It enables us to be happy, derive pleasure, maintain health, cultivate wealth, and embody youthfulness and beauty, all while living in love and longevity. Our sexuality, too, plays a vital role in this interaction, allowing us to connect with the information flowing in from the outside world. Just as we breathe air, the earth inhales this knowledge, new energies that arrive from other civilizations and worlds. These energies resonate with our current readiness to absorb, process, and integrate them into our earthly existence. That as we open ourselves to this new energy, we create a space for transformation. This process encourages us to let go of old patterns and embrace a holistic approach to living, where love becomes the foundation of our interactions, thoughts, and actions. Perhaps I dove right into the depths of this discussion, hoping to create conditions that help us understand why we live the way we do, right here and now. But beyond that, it's crucial to recognize that we are all here for one primary purpose. This purpose transcends our individual experiences and personal ambitions. It binds us together, reminding us that our journey is not just about personal fulfillment, but also about our collective evolution. We are interconnected beings, part of a vast tapestry of existence where each thread contributes to the overall picture. Understanding this unifying purpose invites us to reflect on our roles within the larger narrative. It encourages us to engage with one another, to share our insights, and to uplift each other as we navigate the challenges and opportunities of our shared reality, that we are all here for one reason: our planet Earth. She is our mother, and we are made entirely from her essence. No matter where we may have come from, other galaxies, worlds, or civilizations, our purpose here is rooted in our existence on this beautiful planet. Earth is central to everything we experience. Even as she plays her part in the grand tapestry of the cosmos, each of us is a vital cell within this living organism. It is essential for this cell to remain true to itself, to thrive in love, growth, and realization. This connection to Earth is not just a physical one. It resonates deeply within our souls that as we embrace our role as Earthlings, we must cultivate a relationship with our planet that honors her gifts and recognizes our responsibility to protect and nurture her. Our journey is intertwined with her well being, and in caring for her, we fulfill our own purpose. That it's easy to say that the foundation of life on Earth is biological existence, which will continually evolve, progress, and harmonize through love. This love, rooted in sensitivity and emotional depth, is not a distant future, but a present reality. It invites us to feel successful and at peace, grounding us in a state of love that has the power to transform the world. That in this new paradigm, we won't need invasive technologies, vaccines that alter our biology, chips implanted in our minds, or systems designed to control and diminish us. Such measures only serve to harm our planet, which thrives on the connections we forge with the world around us through genuine human interaction. That be why, embracing our emotional and sensory selves, we nurture not only our individual growth, but also the health of our planet. The shift towards love and harmony will create a space where Earth can flourish, reminding us that we are integral to her well being. Our journey is about cultivating this relationship, ensuring that our actions reflect a deep respect for the life that sustains us. Indeed, there are multiple sources of energy beyond our own, yet we remain a crucial part of this intricate web. Our thoughts, actions, and the values we choose to uphold shape the trajectory of our collective existence. Depending on our mindset and intentions, we can either foster growth and realization or descend into a dead-end path that leads to degradation and ultimately threatens our survival as a species, along with the biological systems that nourish our planet, that if we recognize that thoughts are as material as our physical bodies and the earth itself, we understand the power they wield. The nature of our thoughts can either uplift or diminish the energy around us. Thus, it becomes essential to cultivate ecological thinking, thoughts that resonate with sustainability, compassion, and humanity. When we speak and act from a place of creation rather than destruction, infusing our intentions with love and empathy, we harness a transformative energy. This energy not only enriches our lives, but also reverberates through the planet, nurturing the very systems that sustain us. The choice is ours: to engage with the world as conscious creators or to succumb to the inertia of negativity. The future we envision depends on our commitment to aligning our thoughts and actions with the principles of love and respect for all living beings that as we evolve our understanding. We introduce a crucial new parameter to our identity beyond merely being men and women, happy, healthy, wealthy, young, beautiful, and sexual beings living in love and joy. We recognize the importance of our planet Earth, which we envision as an ecological paradise, where the air is pristine, oceans and rivers are crystal clear, and the ecosystems of plants and technologies harmonize with our consciousness. That IT is well understood that every nation deserves a leader who reflects its values, and every land merits an environment that nurtures its inhabitants. Currently, our Earth is burdened by individuals whose thoughts, words, and actions contribute to environmental degradation. Plastics choking our oceans, emissions polluting our air, and toxic runoff contaminating our waterways. The TO shift this trajectory. We must first engage in profound self-honesty. Only by examining our own beliefs and behaviors can we begin to influence the broader reality. The extent to which we transform our worldview and cultivate integrity within ourselves directly correlates to the change we can effect in the world around us. Each personal transformation is a ripple that contributes to a collective wave of consciousness. As we consciously choose to live in alignment with ecological values, we can envision a future where our planet flourishes, a legacy of health and vitality for future generations. The question remains: who will we become as we step into this new era? What kind of world will we create together? And what state of being will we embody as we navigate the path ahead? In this pivotal moment, let us unite in a shared intention. Imagine a world where every individual, regardless of age or background, proudly declares, "I am a man, I am a woman." We are all, from the youngest to the oldest, filled with happiness and awareness. We stand in a state of complete health, rich not only in material wealth, but also in ideas, friendships, dreams, and knowledge, all nourished by love. This collective vision fuels our youthfulness, beauty, and sexuality, bringing us profound joy. We exist to develop ourselves and, in doing so, to uplift our communities and our planet. Together, we commit to making Earth a clean and ecological haven. Let us shed the burdens of fear and limitation, expanding our parameters and potential. We must strive for biological development as a species, rejecting the notion of becoming mere extensions of technology, computers, phones, or chips inserted into our consciousness. Why embracing this intention, we pave the way for a future rich in possibility, where love and growth define our existence. As we embody this collective vision, we become agents of transformation, creating a legacy of harmony and prosperity for generations to come. That we stand at a crossroads, where our choices shape the future of our planet. Together, we declare our intention to choose an ecology of purity on Earth, an ecology of health for all people. This choice is not about being subjected to chemicals or altering our DNA, which disrupts our innate immunity and our connection to the world. True health arises from our ability to harmonize with our environment and understand that immunity is fundamentally linked to how we engage with information and our readiness to adapt. We choose to approach life not from a place of fear, but from a foundation of love that, in doing so, we strengthen our immunity and create conditions where viruses, bacteria, and parasites serve us, acting as agents of cleansing and enhancement for our well being. Let us embrace this understanding, fostering a world where health is a natural state, nurtured by our choices and our relationships with the environment. Together, we can cultivate a vibrant future filled with vitality and ecological balance that if we continue to rely on technology for our health, ranging from pharmaceuticals to antibiotics, we risk disrupting our genetic code and damaging our DNA. This path could ultimately lead to the deterioration of our very essence, which is rooted in love, health, and our worldview that I discussed in a roundtable with Irina Shukshina, a renowned professor and oncologist. It has been suggested that if we were to halt vaccinations worldwide, we could see a 70% reduction in health complications and potentially a complete elimination of autism in certain cases. This indicates that many measures we take under the guise of protection are, in fact, harming us and the environment, that we must recognize that the very medications designed to save us often contribute to pollution and the degradation of our surroundings. Pharmaceutical companies profit from this cycle. While we pay the price with our health and well-being, that it's imperative that we reassess our approach, choosing instead to foster a relationship with our health that prioritizes natural solutions and ecological balance, allowing us to reclaim our vitality and preserve our planet. To truly transform our lives, we must prioritize one essential ingredient: awareness. It's crucial to understand not only what we desire, but also the reasons behind those desires. This level of awareness requires us to embrace honesty with ourselves. That be why, being honest, we can clarify our intentions and determine the direction we want to take. This self-reflection empowers us to make choices aligned with our true values and aspirations. When we cultivate this awareness and honesty, we pave the way for meaningful growth and authentic living. As I've mentioned, it's crucial for both myself and those around me to foster a clean, ecological environment. The future of our planet relies on the balance of biological processes, where advancements like telepathy and telekinesis connect deeply with the evolution of our human biosystems that truly transform the Earth and ourselves. We must shift our worldview. Relying on technological solutions alone risks undermining our fundamental connection with nature. If we begin altering our DNA or manipulating genetics to design our offspring purely based on superficial traits, such as eye color or intelligence, we risk creating a society devoid of diversity. Imagine a world filled with only one type of personality or profession. If everyone were an attorney, for example, the richness of human experience would be lost. A balanced society thrives on a spectrum of traits and skills that reflect our varied humanity. Through my work, I've seen that without changing the parameters of people's thinking, their values, and their relationships with life, even energetic interventions can fall short. Simply blocking illnesses without addressing the underlying imbalances leads to a disconnection between individuals and their environment. Ultimately, our values must align with the ecological health of our planet. Only then can we cultivate a truly harmonious existence. There is a clear connection between various health issues: heart disease, respiratory conditions, digestive problems, and even skin and joint issues. All these ailments are intricately linked to the vibrational frequencies that resonate with our worldview. Our worldview is not merely a collection of knowledge, but is deeply rooted in the love and sensitivity we bring to our interactions with the surrounding world. When we allow ourselves to be filled with this love, we create conditions for transformation, enabling us to evolve and harmonize with our environment. This, in turn, leads us to become more vibrant, healthy, conscious, and successful. Why shifting our legislative frameworks and enhancing our emotional sensitivity, we can engage more deeply with our future. This alignment helps us bring our bodies, health, and minds into a youthful, active state, allowing us to thrive both individually and collectively. Unfortunately, many people today live their lives governed by emotions and negative thinking, functioning through a lens of denial rather than rationality. They are often trapped in outdated stories and beliefs, remnants of a past that may date back to the 1930s or even earlier. In this state, primal instincts prevail, and we use modern technologies primarily for short term gains, driven by a lack of energy, specifically a lack of love. This mindset leads to the destruction of our environment as we exploit it for immediate benefits, only to find ourselves hungry, unhealthy, and unfulfilled once again. However, we have the power to change this narrative. Through my experiences as a healer, I have come to understand the profound impact of energetic blockages. These blockages can be significant and can alter beliefs, physical processes, and emotional states. However, to effect true change, we must embrace a state of love. When we act from a place of genuine love, our interactions with the world transform. This love fosters an environment that allows us to give and receive fully. It's essential to focus on a love that encompasses ecological awareness, biological harmony, and our shared humanity, that we must recognize the earth as a living entity intertwined with our physical existence. The more we accept and cherish the earth, the more it reciprocates our love. Our relationship with the planet is symbiotic. The earth cares for us as much as we care for it. This nurturing connection enables us to thrive, healthy, youthful, beautiful, and full of love and sexuality. It is through our sexuality that we draw in new energy and information. The alignment of this energy with the planet determines how deeply we can dwell in love and intimacy. That if we begin to destroy our connection with the earth through misaligned values, we risk engaging with the wrong energies, civilizations, and potential realities. This is particularly crucial when discussing the dynamics between men and women. When we engage in intimacy with our partners, yet they are trapped in their thoughts, fears, and anxieties, the energy we share becomes stagnant. Women may find themselves blocked, leading to disconnection from their desires. This can result in a lack of passion and intimacy, making sex feel more destructive than fulfilling. Consequently, we may end up raising a generation that is more mechanical than emotional, where sensuality is diminished. In a world where relationships lack depth, intimacy becomes superficial, leading to a wooden worldview for our children, one that lacks genuine connection and understanding of love. True intimacy is rooted in the merging of feelings, not merely physical acts. When love and connection are absent, we may risk creating a future where emotional richness is sacrificed for mere mechanical interactions. It is imperative that we nurture genuine relationships built on love, awareness, and ecological responsibility. When individuals, both men and women, remain unawakened and disconnected from their true potential, they can inadvertently contribute to the degradation of our planet. If they live in a state of suppression rather than growth, they may attempt to save their relationships by having children without understanding the depth of that commitment. This often leads to a cycle of unconsciousness, where children are brought into the world without a foundation of love and awareness. That in such scenarios, these individuals create an environment that harms not only their relationships, but also the planet itself. Instead of fostering growth and development, they perpetuate patterns that lead to further degradation. Therefore, it is essential for us to embrace a new trend, to live in love consciously. By nurturing our relationships with intention and awareness, we can cultivate a healthier environment, both personally and globally. Only through genuine love and connection can we contribute positively to the planet's future. That I propose a radical shift in our approach. Let's stop living in the high frequencies of the future and instead focus on the present moment where love resides. By releasing our attachment to past futures, we can transform our understanding of acceptance into a more profound experience. This transformation involves a combination of acceptance and intentional positive thinking, what we might call kindness. It is this blend that elevates our vibrational frequencies, allowing us to interact with a future filled with possibilities. The more we accept and engage in constructive thoughts and actions, the more sensitive we become to the energies around us. That be why letting go of past grievances and emotional baggage, we make space for the future to unfold within us. Over time, as we experience this future, it becomes part of our past, serving as a foundation for further growth. Thus, we must continuously strive for new horizons, releasing the constraints of what has been and opening ourselves to what can be. This was the tendency of the Age of Pisces, where elite families thrived under the principle of the worse for us, the better for them. They fed on low frequency vibrations, anger, resentment, suffering, rejection, fear, aggression, haste, and indecisiveness that I in this era. Many were trapped in a cycle of negativity, allowing these emotions to dictate their lives. The focus was often on survival, fostering a culture that thrived on conflict and division. This not only affected individual well being, but also hindered our collective progress. As we shift into the new energy of the Age of Aquarius, we have the opportunity to break free from these patterns. We can choose to rise above the low frequencies that have held us back, embracing instead a higher vibration rooted in love, understanding, and unity. The transition demands that we reflect on our past, acknowledging the influences that have shaped us while consciously choosing to cultivate a new way of being. This is a time for healing, transformation, and the reclamation of our true selves, moving away from the divisive energies of the past toward a future filled with possibility. The more we remove the sustenance for those who live by these low frequency energies, the faster they begin to fade away, losing their grip on the present moment. As we interact with this new type of energy, we also open ourselves to new entities, realms, and civilizations, beings that thrive on higher vibrations. This transition is crucial. It allows us to connect with frequencies that resonate with love, creativity, and harmony. These new connections not only enhance our individual experiences, but also contribute to a collective awakening. By aligning ourselves with these elevated energies, we can cultivate a world where compassion and understanding prevail over fear and conflict that I in this new paradigm. It's essential to recognize the power of our choices and the impact they have on the collective consciousness. As we engage with these transformative energies, we pave the way for a future that is brighter, more inclusive, and filled with endless possibilities that I in this new energy, we step into a higher state of consciousness where love takes center stage. This love nurtures our well-being, fostering harmony not just in material aspects, but in the deeper realms of emotional awareness and connection. It's about embracing a profound understanding of ourselves and our relationships, cultivating longevity, and igniting a passion for life that as we align with these elevated frequencies, we create a space for genuine harmony, not just among ourselves, but with the entirety of humanity and the earth. This new paradigm encourages us to develop technologies rooted in our innate abilities, knowledge, and qualities. By leveraging these gifts, we can interact with the world in ways that are not only innovative, but also ecologically mindful that I in this transformed reality. Every action we take can lead to a more compassionate and sustainable existence. It's a shift that promises to redefine our experience on this planet, paving the way for a future where love and understanding guide our choices, that as we advance in this new era, our technological progress must be harmonized with ecological awareness. We need to harness the innovations at our disposal while ensuring they are sustainable for ourselves and the planet. This alignment calls for a holistic development of our physical and biological selves, expanding our consciousness and sensory experiences, that it's crucial that we cultivate our innate abilities, telekinesis, teleportation, and even the exchange of thoughts over distances. These capabilities are inherently part of our being, yet they've been stifled by restrictive laws and societal norms that prioritize material wealth over spiritual and emotional growth. This emphasis on materialism has trapped us in a cycle of fear, feeding on low frequency energies that weaken our potential. Those who once held power over us are increasingly losing their grip, desperately trying to steer us down false paths that distract from our true purpose. That I in recognizing and breaking free from these limitations, we open ourselves to a future rich with possibilities. It's a journey towards reclaiming our power, embracing a reality where love and higher consciousness prevail. Throughout history, we have witnessed how sharp respiratory illnesses led to significantly higher morbidity and mortality rates in the years 2017 to 2019 compared to 2020 and 2021. This trend was manipulated, creating conditions that allowed certain entities to profit immensely while society suffered. The underlying motives were not merely economic. They were deeply rooted in a desire to weaken our collective genetic and DNA integrity. By fostering environments where fear and illness proliferate, these forces aim to lower our vibrational frequency, that as we succumb to these low frequency energies, we inadvertently feed into a cycle of degradation, making us more susceptible to control and manipulation. It is imperative that we recognize this pattern and consciously strive to elevate our frequency, reclaiming our health, vitality, and innate potential. Understanding this hidden agenda empowers us to resist and create a reality where love and high frequency energies can flourish. Our transformation begins with awareness and a commitment to nurturing our physical, emotional, and spiritual well being. There is a point at which we can begin to develop in a radically different way. Let us choose to reside in love and goodness, to think and speak constructively. It's vital that we allow the old laws to die and give birth to new ones that will create conditions for us to live in harmony. That be why engaging with higher vibrations, we can achieve health and happiness. This interaction not only enriches our personal lives, but also propels us toward greater awareness. When we act from a place of reason, rather than being governed by the past, we can transcend degradation and truly flourish. That we must consciously shift our focus from the negative. It's time to break free from the chains of outdated thinking and engage in a dialogue that uplifts and inspires. Embracing this new perspective enables us to create a future filled with love, peace, and genuine connection. Let us embody these principles in our daily lives, fostering an environment where positivity thrives and creativity flourishes. Together, we can cultivate a new reality, one that reflects our highest aspirations and deepest values. Why? Because their old laws want to feed off the energy they need, and through them, they sustain those entities and civilizations that specifically require low frequency energy. Just listen to the same entities that prioritize knowledge over love. It is important to recognize another key ingredient that few pay attention to: the abilities for healing, creativity, technological advancement, and the capabilities of people as doctors or as individuals who plan, forecast, or manage machines or computers. These are simply abilities, and in the Bible, there is a very good phrase: if you preach, if you heal the sick, if you raise the dead, but do not have love, then you are like a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. Do not rely on technology. Do not depend on correctness. Do not focus on a systematic approach, reason, or knowledge. Rely on love, sensuality, humanity, and ecological awareness through which you will create a true life. Every time you do something technocratically and do not infuse it with love and humanity, you will generate what is lifeless and will foster degradation, even if it may seem like a great benefit at the moment. In reality, Without love, any actions are futile and critical. As I mentioned earlier, love has other components such as happiness and pleasure, where happiness is emotional independence from other people, the circumstances in which you find yourself, and the events to which you are subjected. Emotions are always tied to the past. They are old laws. When you are in a state of calmness, you manage the surrounding world, creating the reality you are ready to live in. When you are in a state of pleasure, you are in harmony with yourself, with the space, with your intentions, with your actions, and with your identity as a man or a woman with abilities, knowledge, and skills. In this case, you create a reality that lacks probabilistic dimensions. It begins to exist on its own, and you live only in the present moment, detached from the past and future. The future is like software that we enter only because it is programmed. When we follow it, we receive certain rewards and bonuses that sustain us but also control us. The more we step into love from a state of heaviness, the more we fill our matter, our laws, our time, and our space with this love, allowing both ourselves and the surrounding world to change as much as it can, free from the values of low frequency entities, laws, and people who live through denial, seeking immediate gain, and unwilling to move into the future. So we stop moving into the future and begin to live only in the present, which will be filled with our essence right here and now. This filling will first and foremost be characterized by that new state of love, which will differ from mere sensuality in that we will be in a state I have often described: calm, content, accepting, and enjoying the expansion of our space, time, and possibilities. We will manage all of this through awareness and changes in the laws that will no longer limit us or create constraints, but instead develop and expand our capabilities, allowing us to manifest on a grand scale in this world. For example, when I practiced extrasensory perception, it appeared very straightforward. I allowed myself to believe that when I engaged in modeling and influencing people, meaning thinking specific thoughts, they would heal or something in their lives would change. The higher my level of awareness, the more their health or fate would shift. To put it simply, I just thought about this person being healthy and they would heal. Yes, many of those were blockages because at that moment I halted the processes that pointed to their incorrect worldviews. Later, I realized that I couldn't change their worldview without first changing my own and without aligning them with the vibrations and values I embodied. As the Bible says, hold on to the grace of God, and thousands around you will be fed. So, when you learn to be in a state of grace, meaning being happy, enjoying life, realizing yourself, and thinking ecologically while embodying humanity and love for the planet, you create conditions for others to change. They begin to resonate with those vibrations and become similar to you. In this way, you can change a significant number of people by merely changing yourself. It's as if we are simply standing on nails, yet still finding pleasure in it, that we change our relationship with glass, walking on it without cutting ourselves. We change our relationship with hot coals, walking on burning embers without getting burned. We change our relationship with cold water, bathing in it, and even healing. We alter our perception of the world. I once read about an intuitive who mentally envisioned a ping pong ball rising and, at the same time, helped with his hands to create the effect of the ball lifting. He did this for hours, weeks, and eventually that ball took flight. So I want to tell you that he was merely working with his foundational system, establishing new neural connections, and his nervous system showed that this was possible, placing it at the forefront of the permissive system. For instance, if we were to start teaching in schools that everything is possible and that you can transmit your thoughts to another person mentally, they would begin to guess it. If we think about a fruit, light, or an event and simply relax, they will tell us what they are thinking. Children are much more susceptible to this, and experiments have already been conducted by several scientists showing significant changes that in some schools, blind children are taught clear vision, and these children can skate and ski down hills because they develop vision in their minds. Similarly, We could teach levitation to students from a young age. If many people learn this, they will practice levitation in elementary school. And if we also instill in them the idea that this is possible not just with a ping pong ball, but with a couch, a house, a mountain, or even a planet, when they simply relax into the system, they will understand that it is possible. A calm attitude towards wealth or poverty, a calm acceptance of any possible outcomes. And as we observe what is happening with the understanding of what we desire, let it be better for us. We are men and women who are happy, healthy, wealthy, young, beautiful, and vibrant, living in love and enjoying life. At the same time, our planet Earth improves its state, increasing the energy of love in its trees and ecologically thriving in oceans, rivers, nature, people, land, mountains, and atmosphere. In doing so, we create the effect that we are not just changing ourselves, we are changing the planet. The more we change ourselves and the planet, the more everything around us transforms. Today, I have decided to create conditions for a new flow of energy that comes with the Age of Aquarius. This is not just a change, it is a transformation of love that possesses a power far greater than what we have known. When someone asserts that with existing technologies we will achieve something meaningful only in 100 years, I am reminded of how we once used abacuses for calculations. Then came calculators, making calculations faster, and later computers accelerated the process even more. The technologies entering our lives today are unlike anything we have known before. They are not just new tools, they represent radical changes that can lead to new possibilities and understanding. We stand on the brink of transformation, and now more than ever, it is crucial to realize that we can move beyond the past. This new energy demands our readiness to embrace it, to attune ourselves to higher vibrations, and to use them to create a harmonious and ecological world. We can and must choose a path that allows us to grow and evolve without losing sight of our humanity and our connection to all living things. That we are entering an era where cooperation and awareness will define our future, and only through our collective efforts can we overcome existing limitations and fears. This is not just a dream. It is our chance to change not only ourselves, but also the world around us. That we have the opportunity to move beyond the past and transition into new states that resonate with purification and a sense of calm observation. In this shift, we can simultaneously embrace the world around us, recognizing that our actions contribute to creating a harmonious, humane, ecological, and biological existence. At the forefront of this evolution will be biotechnology, allowing us to live and develop in alignment with the natural world and the earthly civilization we inhabit. We must resist becoming mere products of technology, where a chip is implanted in our heads, effectively severing our neural connections. This disconnection leads to the loss of our emotional responses, instincts, and ultimately our humanity. In just 5 years, we could become mere vessels without the chip, stripped of reason, sensuality, and self awareness. That we stand to lose the ability to think and interact with energies that are of a higher order than any chip or artificial intelligence. Instead, we have numerous channels through which we can connect with diverse worlds and experiences, utilizing electromagnetic waves across various frequencies. Our current devices can measure alpha, gamma, and beta waves. Yet there are countless frequencies we are unaware of, all influencing us in profound ways. This new reality calls for a conscious choice to engage with the world holistically, recognizing the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of maintaining our innate capacities for thought, feeling, and empathy. By embracing this path, we can cultivate a future that honors both our humanity and the planet, fostering a more integrated existence. There are countless frequencies that we are unaware of, all of which influence us profoundly. If we choose to switch to a chip that controls our experiences, we risk undermining our genetic integrity and blocking our ability to interact with other worlds and energies that lie beyond the alpha, gamma, and beta ranges. This disconnection could sever our ties with ourselves, the cosmos, and our true purpose, potentially leading to the degradation of our civilization. While losing this connection, we may diminish our capacity for creativity, empathy, and spiritual growth. It is crucial that we remain aware of the myriad influences around us and prioritize our innate abilities to perceive and engage with the world holistically. Embracing our natural connection to the universe will empower us to navigate this new era with wisdom and integrity, ensuring that we do not succumb to the limitations imposed by technology. Instead, we can foster a civilization that thrives on understanding, cooperation, and the celebration of life in all its forms. That I can tell you that we can easily change this situation by fostering positive thinking and a clear understanding that love and humanity, ecology, and biological development should come first. This shift will create an effect where those who carry destructive programs will lose their power as we articulate our intentions for love, happiness, health, wealth, youth, longevity, beauty, sexuality, and ecological humanity in harmony with our planet. As we evolve, our oceans will thrive, our rivers and lakes will improve, and nature will flourish. For instance, we need to reconsider electric vehicles, as their batteries produce more waste than nuclear reactors do. If we continue on this path without proper recycling, we'll inundate our planet with batteries, simply because people will be too lazy to recycle them, creating far more pollution than we currently have. Instead, let's focus on sustainable solutions that genuinely enhance our lives and the environment, allowing us to move toward a future that prioritizes harmony and balance. Together, we can build a better world where technology and nature coexist, and where our collective well being is at the forefront of our endeavors. Therefore, even during this transitional phase, it is still more advantageous and effective to use hydrogen powered vehicles, which would emit clean, transparent water from the exhaust, water that you could safely drink. There is so much more we can discuss and change today, and it's crucial to understand that we are being influenced by futurists, astrologers, and those who speak of cosmic and technological progress. People talk about viruses, vaccinations, and pharmaceutical products, often trying to convey information through fear or limitations. Futurists tend to focus on the internet, computers, and technologies that are disconnected from the human experience, instead of discussing the development of our innate abilities, like levitation, awareness, and the capacity to walk on coals or glass, to swim in icy waters, to read minds, and to influence others through our thoughts, emotions, and love. These are the skills that allow for healing and transformation, akin to how miracle workers touch, embrace, pray, and bless. By redirecting our focus toward these human capacities, we can unlock a deeper connection to ourselves and the universe, fostering a more profound sense of unity and well being. And this is just the beginning. If we continue to develop in this direction and cultivate our vision, always prioritizing love, conscious love, where humanity and ecological integrity come first, we will begin to think constructively about progress and the harmonization of all movements towards something new, transforming pain into positivity, that we can change everything quite rapidly. But our task is to shift our mindset, to accept the world as it is, and to think creatively. We must prioritize ecology, humanity, love, and acceptance over computers, technological advancements, chip implantation, and fears about illness and death. These fears stem from our worldview. When we lose our good spirits, love, drive, and zest for life, we lower our vibrational frequency, leading to illness and deterioration of our personalities, our physical bodies, and ultimately our society. This degradation threatens our planet and the very existence of the human race. Therefore, I advocate for love, ecology, humanity, and the development of those qualities within us that surpass any chip, computer, or technological imposition we might encounter. We have the power to rise above these challenges and foster a world filled with compassion and growth. Many of you perceive what I am saying on a mental level, not even at the level of reasoning, but rather through a linear perception of the world. This means that you see information as a sequence of facts and logical conclusions that can be easily fit into familiar frameworks. However, reality is much more complex and multi-layered than it may appear at first glance, that I'm hoping that you will change your worldview, shift your state, and alter your perception of the world. When you want to change something in this life, like levitating, teleporting, or influencing others, you first need to accept yourself and confront all your fears. It's essential to be honest with yourself, to analyze how you react to situations, and to recognize your values. Start by accepting yourself as you are while also expressing the intention of who you want to become. Begin taking steps in that direction, infusing every action with love. This love is rooted in truth, transcending rules and laws, where growth and novelty exist, along with harmony, humanity, ecological balance, and biological development. That as each cell begins to vibrate at a higher frequency, your mind, emotions, and perceptions of the world will become increasingly conscious. In this state, fear, lies, haste, aggression, and resentment dissipate, leaving only love, acceptance, awareness, readiness, and openness to any possibilities. The more you embrace newness with a high level of acceptance and awareness, the more you will integrate it into yourself. By letting go of dogmas, fears, rigidity, and judgments, you can set intentions filled with love and happiness. You will learn to spread kindness, enjoy life, and find joy without external or internal irritants. In this conscious state of happiness, love, kindness, and pleasure, you will think and create constructively. And in this state of reflection, once you have worked through all your negativity and let go of what no longer serves you, you can create a foundation of love in your past. The more you are ready to embrace this change, the more you become a person who embodies their true self. That if you are a woman, this means embracing your sexuality, charm, and femininity. If you are a man, it involves confidence, respect for others, and the ability to take responsibility for your actions. Each person possesses an inner intuition, a state of acceptance and kindness that guides them. By nurturing these qualities, you pave the way for a more authentic and fulfilling life. When you live in this state and remain in it, you can observe from a place of global thinking about creative change, both personally and professionally, as well as for our planet Earth. Imagine every cell, every atom, every planet, and every galaxy infused with love. When your thoughts become constructive and positive, accepting of any possible outcome, you will fill everything around you with love and agree with the unfolding of events, recognizing that it is necessary that I end this state of reflection. You observe through love and carry that love in your observations. From here, you can begin to envision levitating, teleporting, or creating transformations in events. With a positive, constructive mindset rooted in love, sensibility, and acceptance, you will amplify your inner energy and increase your capacity to live a long, happy life filled with love, intimacy, and harmony. Here, intimacy transcends the physical. It becomes a soulful connection where harmony of thoughts, feelings, and awareness takes precedence. You will realize that you are present and making the world a better place. This means fostering kindness, ecological awareness, and humaneness, creating biological development that enhances your energy, aura, and happiness within yourself and everyone you interact with. As you share this with the Earth, the solar system, galaxies, and the entire universe. You embrace the possibility that anything can happen as long as it is grounded in love. So, when we find ourselves in the mindset of linear perception, I encourage you to start with the smallest steps. And if you don't understand, let's go through this again and express some simple truths. Each of us, regardless of our gender, whether we are men or women, exists in a particular state of being. This is an undeniable fact. Furthermore, as I mentioned, there is a new love entering each of us. This love, which is now emerging in the age of Aquarius, has transcended the constraints of past, present, and future. It exists solely in the present moment. And this love no longer has the transparent hue I mentioned. It is a bright white light. It completely fills our bodies with this vibrant white light, saturating our energy, our aura, and every single cell within us. This filling occurs only to the extent of our acceptance and our readiness to be in this energy fully, up to 100% that we allow ourselves to shine with the white light of love that fills our bodies. Right now, we are immersed in this new love, feeling it within every cell, fully and completely, to the extent that we are able to accept it. Now, let's envision white beams of light extending into the core of the Earth. We fill the Earth's core with this vibrant white energy of love, compacting it and saturating it with our readiness. The core of the Earth becomes completely infused with the love of the new age of Aquarius, that we fill the Earth's core with vibrant white energy, allowing the flow to be abundant, powerful, and strong. Instead of focusing on the flow, we can simply imagine that this white love has already filled us to the maximum extent that we can accept. Let's visualize the Earth's core radiating this love outward, spreading from the center to encompass the entire planet. The Earth transforms into a bright, dense sphere of love, glowing with this vibrant white energy. Now, let's return to ourselves. We fill the space around us, extending 100 kilometers in every direction, with this soft yet dense white light of love. It permeates everything around us: our homes, the people, nature, roads, poles, wires, and water. This loving energy expands 100 kilometers above and all around us, that we create a sphere around us, extending 100 kilometers, filled with dense love, the purest form of love imaginable. In this state, we are here and now, embracing all our past experiences, filling them with this white light of love. This energy saturates every space and every physical aspect of our being in each moment we experience. That IT fills us densely with white light, where we don't send a flow, but instead saturate our past and physical bodies completely with this energy, right back to the moment of our conception in our mothers. Now, we take this white energy of love from the age of Aquarius, which is new and present in this moment, and we fill all our ancestors up to 1,000 generations with this love. We simply declare that it saturates them completely, filling each cell and space around them, extending 100 kilometers to the fullest extent possible. Now, we fill all laws, all entities, and all angels that interact with us with this vibrant white energy of love. We saturate them all simultaneously and completely. We take every thought we've ever had and every word we've ever spoken, filling them with this dense white light of love. This energy permeates our thoughts, actions, emotions, and the sense of peace we've experienced in our lives, filling everything to the fullest extent. Now, we fill all the perceptions that people have had about us throughout our lives with this dense, white energy of love to the fullest. This white stream coming from above flows through us, through the earth, through our past, through our ancestors, our thoughts, our angels, and our surroundings. It remains just as dense while traveling at immense speeds, billions of kilometers per second, filling us completely and continuously, allowing us to experience this density only in the flow. Now, let's fill our entire solar system, the planets, the space of the solar system, and the sun itself, with this dense white energy of love. This energy flows through us at great speed, enveloping everything in its path, infusing the entire solar system with this powerful vibration of love. While remaining just as dense, this energy flows through all the planets and the entire solar system, permeating our thoughts, laws, emotions, and feelings. It creates a state of calm that allows us to exist in this new energy and perception of life, embracing everything that unfolds. Here, ecology, biology, and humanity develop all our human capacities to their fullest. From conscious thought to the formation of positive, creative events filled with dense white love, we can experience levitation, teleportation, and the transformation of this world into greater love, strength, happiness, and harmony that we create the conditions for all people on earth to agree to the new realities where they are healthy, happy, wealthy, youthful, beautiful, and filled with vitality. This dense white energy flows through them, and they embrace it, allowing their thoughts to be filled with this new love. In doing so, we generate a harmonizing effect for all humanity and the planet, fostering a sense of collegiality within ourselves and the world around us. That as we now find ourselves within turned off inner dialogue, in a calm state of observation, we recognize that every molecule, every atom, every object, and every particle of air in the atmosphere is filled with the energy of love. Whether we are thinking or silent, breathing, or feeling our hearts beat, we amplify this dense white light of love within ourselves, enhancing our awareness. In doing so, we change the world, creating effective transformations that we may not yet understand, but will come to know. Our task is to ensure that everything that happens love, harmony, rebirth, teleportation, levitation, transformation flows in love and harmony, allowing us to experience happiness, pleasure, peace, and awareness. The extent to which we embrace this energy will determine how the world begins to change. Any futurism that has attempted to program us or shape realities that were not in our best interest can be transformed. We simply fill this world with the white light of love, as it is shaped by the thoughts, laws, relationships, and states of being that have been imposed upon us. By shifting our awareness and intentions, we can create new situations and realities aligned with our true essence and desires. When we operate from a lack of ecological thinking, our thoughts manifest as earthquakes, hurricanes, death, tsunamis, and disasters, both natural and man made. These events arise from a disconnection from love, happiness, and higher vibrational frequencies that reflect a more expansive worldview. To align with a harmonious existence, we must shift our consciousness towards compassion and understanding, creating a world that reflects our deepest values. Our task is to harmonize all processes on planet Earth. Through our worldview, creative thinking, acceptance, and the vibrant, dense white energy of love from the Age of Aquarius, we can transform the present moment. By living fully in the now, we improve our physical bodies, increasing the vibrations of each cell and enhancing the neural connections in our brains that as we cultivate a calm perspective on what is happening, we also aspire for more, deriving joy from our existence. We affirm our identities. I am a man. I am a woman. I am love. We channel this energy into the world, allowing it to flow through us. Women receive this energy and nurture it, creating conditions that promote beauty and vitality. In turn, men tap into their creative potential, sharing knowledge and skills that, when transmitted through the earth, are embraced and integrated into our planet, enabling a positive transformation for all. That let's set the intention that all civilizations and worlds interacting with us come here only with pure and benevolent intentions. On earth, every person is happy, healthy, wealthy, young, and beautiful, living long lives filled with vitality. The further they engage with our planet, the better it becomes. Higher ecological standards, cleaner oceans, thriving flora and fauna, and more conscious, compassionate people that we invite only such energies and information to enter Earth. If they do not embody these qualities, we fill them with the energy of the white stream of love, creating conditions for anything that comes here to become beneficial, acceptable, humane, ecological, and biologically enriching. This ensures our continuous transformation and improvement, allowing us to be in a constant state of change toward a better self. Our awareness and ecological acceptance empower us to be who we have yet to become. We allow ourselves on a cellular, mental, physical, and sensory level to be new creators in this world. Everything happening on Earth depends on how human we are, our honesty, sincerity, and ability to think from a place of love, kindness, and creative sensibility as we shape our reality. And when we have been in this state for a while, at least 10 days together, it becomes ecological. We start to develop our abilities as we harmonize the people around us, creating an effect where they change for the better. They become who they were always meant to be, unlocking and realizing their potential. Now, let's move on to the next point that we can say that each of you now clearly knows and feels your value in this new energy of love, which has already entered and is spreading and manifesting on planet Earth. This value helps each person to be successful, healthy, wealthy, young, beautiful, and vibrant, living a long life while enjoying every moment. You can channel and fill yourself, your life, and your surroundings, including planet Earth, with this new, dense, bright white energy that is now a priority. So, I tell you that each of you, over the course of 10 days, can and is already realizing your value, which will allow you to maximize your potential here on planet Earth. You will express the energy of love in your value, which vibrates and operates most effectively in these energies of love on our planet. That I can tell you that when my wife and I reflected on the valuable aspects within us and how I could engage in something that maximizes the spread of this new love, I realized that it involves healing people. They will change, discover their value, and harmonize their processes with this love, filling the surrounding world with it, ultimately becoming healthy, successful, wealthy, happy, effective, youthful, and beautiful. For my wife, this value manifests as filling her energy with femininity and sexuality, communicating with other women, and creating conditions for them to transform into states of sensitivity and acceptance of the world. This, in turn, fosters a nurturing environment for the birth of brilliant children who will change and improve our planet ecologically and biologically. They will possess healing abilities, extrasensory perception, clear vision, intuition, and sensitivity, harmonizing with love and kindness to transform both people and the earth. So, I want to tell you that within each of you lies a similar value, where you can bring love, development, transformation, and improvement to everything around you on this planet. This will give you the opportunity to transform, allowing you to move into the new while remaining fully present in the moment, increasing your vibrations. You will learn to assess the presence of love, pervasive, harmonizing, humane, and ecological in everything you interact with and what people do. That we must always verify any knowledge or information we receive for the presence of love. If it contains correctness but lacks love and acceptance, we simply infuse it with love and let it go. Our priority should be to create a world that is clean, harmonious, and positively vibrant, where humor and joy thrive, health and development flourish, and where there is no rush, rigidity, or limitation. This world should embody ecological thinking, humanity, and the cultivation of harmony and love among people, nature, and our planet. So, I want to tell you that this book is different from all the others I've ever created because we are ready to change everything that happens on this planet together. That we are ready to be those who, by simply touching, thinking, and setting intentions, will manifest a new reality filled with bright white love that will transform this world on its own. Most importantly, think, speak, and feel as you wish, knowing that it's essential for what you do to be rooted in love, because it is love that creates the effect of transformation and change that, yes, I already mentioned. We can possess abilities and skills, and we can even influence other people, worlds, and matter. It's important that everything we do is filled with pure, white, shining energy of love, which harmonizes processes and transforms everything into love. This creates an ecological interaction among all participants in the process and fosters development and long term plans for eternal existence, continuously evolving and increasing our state of love, harmony, knowledge, technology, and skills. These should always be beneficial and ecological for us. They should not seek to replace our intellect, our brain, or our intuition, nor replace us as human beings in the process of evolution and life. We need to clearly understand that we can use computers and new technologies, but not to replace or undermine us. Instead, they should support our parallel development, participating in our lives so that we can enhance our clairvoyance, telekinesis, teleportation, intuition, and most importantly, materialize all these processes. We must remain in love and harmony with the surrounding world, with pure thoughts, and embrace our abilities, knowledge, and skills. We will remain as men and women living long, in love, happiness, and harmony, all on an ecologically clean planet Earth, where everything from animals to insects thrives, where fish and all other mammals and reptiles live in harmony with us, and we with them, where oceans, rivers, lakes, nature, grass, plants, and all other living beings exist in a state of love. That I want to say that today this audiobook has a powerful impact on the surrounding world, where we assert that it is necessary to move away from a technocratic, futurological mindset that leads nowhere. Instead, we need to start creating conditions where our future is based on ecological thinking, humaneness, care for the earth, and love for it. This allows us to tap into our full potential, which can work wonders. As I mentioned, when I focused on a person's health during my practice and they recovered, or when I expressed intentions for certain events and they unfolded, it was because I was emotionally detached and observed from a place of love. If something wasn't meant to be, I accepted that a better outcome might occur. By distancing myself from fears and distrust and prioritizing love, sensitivity, acceptance, kindness, development, and ecological awareness, all processes began to harmonize and create the best possible scenarios that we allowed ourselves to envision. That is, oh, let's shift our focus away from placing value on money, skills, or knowledge and prioritize love, acceptance, and constructive kindness instead. By embodying humanity, acceptance, honesty, and harmony with the world around us, we can infuse this world with love through our very being, radiating it and affecting change. That as we increase this coefficient and our concentration prevails, especially now with the support of new energies that embody this bright, white energy of love, we can alter the possibilities that have been imposed upon us, which often included false values and fake narratives designed to disrupt our biology, growth, and future. When we stop placing emphasis solely on meditation and start focusing on love, action, playfulness, humor, positivity, acceptance, and constructive thinking, our lives and our world will transform for the better. Each of you, including myself, will become a source of pure, radiant love, where we openly acknowledge all our emotions, feelings, fears, knowledge, and intentions, that we will express our desires for how we want things to be, rooted in love, ecology, humanity, and growth, leading to increased states of youthfulness, longevity, happiness, beauty, and sexuality. This love enhances our appearance, financial well being, and connection to life, love, and constructive processes on this planet. The more we embody this love and intention, the quicker we will transform ourselves and the surrounding world. As we recognize our own value, we will begin to integrate it into our environment, generating maximum energy and spreading joy in our interactions. I wish for all of you, and for myself, to remain in honesty, love, intention, observation, and a state of ecology and humanity. This allows us to gently and effectively spread what is beneficial, both for ourselves and for the entire world, for all people, for our planet, and for ecology. Everything that unfolds will lead to long term growth, transformation, harmony, and creation. Our task, if we all desire it, is to recognize that we can change everything and create the conditions for the processes that truly interest us to unfold. Any attempts to impose technocratic, futurist knowledge or to drive humanity into a depressive state through a mechanical, internet driven existence should be dismissed. We simply choose not to engage with it. This future is built on love, humanity, and ecological awareness, enhancing our planet's qualities and fostering an atmosphere of acceptance. By embracing ourselves and each other, we can collectively cherish the Earth, infusing it with bright, white energy. We will counter attempts from lower frequency societies with our love, transforming them into collaborators or neutral observers as we improve our lives with kindness, growth, and conscious movement. Together, we'll create significant change, starting within ourselves and radiating outward to everything we touch, think about, and discuss. That I propose that we start by closely monitoring our intentions, being honest about our thoughts, words, and identities. We should express the intention for pure, white love of the new era to fill our spaces, events, and situations, observing how this brings change. Transformation may involve tension, so it's crucial to relax our bodies, avoid haste, and remain observant. If we feel overwhelmed by emotions or anxiety, we can express the intention for those feelings to be filled with light, turning negativity into positivity. This approach helps us release guilt and become observers in a state of white light, enhancing the vibrations of love, harmony, and kindness within ourselves and our surroundings. Let's agree to this, recognizing the changes unfolding in the coming days and witnessing a significant shift in the planet's vibration within a month, affecting laws, behaviors, and our connection to nature. That let's joyfully observe all the processes of transformation and change that have already begun and that we've initiated together today.